You felt it, didn't you? That shift. One day, everything was warm, easy, exciting. She was texting back fast, laughing at everything, showing up with that energy that made you feel like something real was building. And then slowly, almost without warning, it changed. Replies got shorter, the warmth faded. And now you're sitting there staring at a one-word response, wondering what the hell happened to the girl who couldn't stop talking to you 2 weeks ago. Bro, I've been there. Most guys have. And the worst part isn't losing the girl. The worst part is not knowing why, not knowing what shifted, not knowing if it's fixable or if it's already gone. Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. It's not always over, but the way most guys respond when a girl pulls back, that's what makes it over. Because the instinct is to chase harder, explain more, show more effort, and every single one of those moves pushes her further away. So in this video, I'm breaking down exactly what caused her to lose interest, and more importantly, the exact moves that reattract her without you losing your dignity in the process. Let's get into it. Number 1. Understand what actually killed the attraction first. Before you do anything else, you need to be honest with yourself, because reattraction without self-awareness is just repeating the same cycle. Here's what usually happens. Things start well because you had a natural energy about you. You were busy, you were a little mysterious, you weren't overthinking every move. Then things got comfortable, and without realizing it, you changed. You became more available, more eager. Your texts got longer, your replies got faster. Your whole energy started orbiting around her, and she felt it. Not consciously maybe, but she felt the shift. The guy she was attracted to had his own gravity. Suddenly, that gravity was gone and you were just floating in hers. Before you try to reattract her, identify the moment the energy shifted. Was it when you started texting too much? When you canceled your own plans for her? When you started seeking reassurance? Find it, own it, because that's where the work starts. Number 2, stop all chasing immediately. I know this sounds counterintuitive. She's pulling away, so the instinct is to move toward her, to show her you care, to prove you're still there. But here's the brutal truth. Chasing a woman who has lost interest doesn't reignite attraction. It confirms her decision to pull back. Every double text, every "hey, just check it in," every "did I do something wrong" message, those aren't showing effort, they're showing desperation. And desperation is the single fastest way to turn mild disinterest into complete shutdown. Stop, right now. Number 3, rebuild your own gravity. Here's the real move. While you're giving her space, you're not sitting at home refreshing her profile. You're rebuilding the version of yourself that attracted her in the first place. Get back to your purpose, your gym, your work, your friendships, your hobbies, the things that made you interesting before she entered the picture. Because here's the thing, a man with a full, moving, purposeful life is magnetic, not because he's performing for anyone, because that energy is real and women feel it. When she sees you living, when she sees you thriving without needing her attention to do it, something wakes up in her. The guy who was slightly out of reach, the guy who had his own thing going, that guy is attractive. Become him again. Not for her, for yourself first. But trust me, she'll notice. Number 4, when you do reach out, lead with value, not need. Okay, so you've given it space, you've been living your life. Now at some point there may be a moment to re-engage. And this is where most guys blow it all over again. They reach out with energy that screams, "Please give me another chance." It sounds like, "Hey, I've been thinking about you. I miss talking to you. Can we talk?" That's need energy. That kills it before it starts. Instead, lead with something light, genuine, and low pressure. A funny observation, something that reminded you of a conversation you had, something that invites a response without demanding one. Example, instead of "I miss you, can we talk?" try something like, "Bro, I just saw the most chaotic thing and it immediately reminded me of that conversation we had about whatever. Anyway, hope your week's been decent." That's it. Light, real, no pressure. You're not begging for her attention, you're just existing in her orbit casually. That's the energy that reopens doors. Number 6, be different this time. Not better, different. Here's something most guys don't think about. When you re-engage after giving space, she's going to be watching. Not consciously maybe, but she's clocking your energy. She's seeing if you're the same guy who started getting clingy and needy, or if something actually shifted. This is your moment to show up differently, not by trying harder, by being calmer, more grounded, less reactive to her mood. If she gives a short reply, you don't spiral. You respond normally and go back to your life. If she takes time to reply, you don't send a follow-up message. You let it breathe. That calm, unshakable energy communicates something powerful without a single word. It says, I've worked on myself. I'm not that guy anymore, and I'm not sitting around waiting for you to decide my mood. That shift is more attractive than any line you could ever say.
Number 6. Create a new experience. Don't reference the old one. This one is underrated. A lot of guys try to re-attract a girl by reminding her of the good times. Remember when we used to talk every night? Things were so good between us. I want that back. Bro, stop looking backward. She already lived those moments. Reminiscing on them doesn't reignite the feeling. It just highlights the contrast between then and now. And that contrast is painful, not attractive. Instead, create something new. A new conversation with a different energy. A new moment she didn't expect. Invite her to something low pressure and fun, not a serious we need to talk situation. Something easy. Something that creates a fresh experience between you two that isn't loaded with the history of what faded. New emotions create new attraction. You're not trying to get back what you had. You're building something she hasn't felt with you yet. That's the move.
Number 7, and this is the one that changes everything. Be genuinely okay if she doesn't come back. I saved this one for last because this is the deepest one, and most guys skip it because they think it means giving up. It doesn't. Here's the truth. The most attractive version of you is the version that doesn't need her to choose you in order to feel whole. The version that genuinely, not performatively, actually from the inside is okay either way. Because when you reach that place, your energy completely transforms. You stop sending please notice me signals. You stop performing calm while secretly panicking. You're just calm, grounded, present. And that energy, that's what women feel from across the room. That's what makes them look twice. That's what makes her wonder why you're not chasing anymore. The paradox of re-attraction is this. The moment you truly stop needing her to come back is usually the moment she starts thinking about coming back. Not because you played it right, but because you became the man she was originally attracted to, the one with his own gravity, his own life, his own peace. And that version of you doesn't chase. That version attracts.